So she don't ask for it. I just send it. So she said, I'm paying for your ticket when you could come. I said, okay, I'm there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just caught Moochie in the raw. Welcome to the Monday night edition of the Life Gain Show with the living legend, Larry. Living legend, my brother, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Just doing my thing. Just came back for a nice walk with the wife, and just chilling. So I have some new tech in the house, and a cold beer. So pretty solid day.
The American Dream living legend. That's what we gotta start calling you, the American Dream. Then below the living legend, we've got the Mooch, y'all's favorite Moochella that hang with the fellas. Moochie, how you doing?
What's up, y'all?
Y'all see how these people get after just. I mean, literally, she been on YouTube for 3 hours and got new hair, new glasses. She done got some of that Rihanna makeup. I mean, literally.
Well, that's true.
Her Fenty lip gloss is popping.
Yep.
No, this is MAC today, but the rest is Fenty.
Oh, yeah, she got on the MAC, that high dollar stuff. Cost $15 for half an ounce. I know what you're talking about. And then last but definitely not least, with the beautiful shy background, we got y'all's favorite female of the Team Life Gain ladies. It's Nita the Diva. How you feeling, Nita the Diva?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me today?
We can hear you, but you still sound like you underneath a desk. Like
Nita, when you gonna send me your address so I can get you a microphone?
I just need help putting it together. Like, I don't know what to do.
Well, it sounds like Larry gonna have to do a house call. Larry, she don't stay too far away from you.
Yeah, I'm vaccinated.
All right, I might have to make a house call. I have a fee though. My fee is beer and pizza.
Well, that's cheap.
Yeah. That's my standard fee for everything. Moving, setting up stuff, just beer and pizza. Or wine and pizza if you're a wine person.
Talk about a cheap date. You can get his draws with beer and pizza. What the hell?
What were you saying, Nita?
No, I was saying we were thinking the same way. I just bought a new iPad as well this weekend.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, whoop-de-doo. We got two new techers in the building. They got iPads. I was flingling the new MacBook Pro, and I just walked out and said, nah, not yet. Not yet.
You're ready for it, though, man. That thing is ready for you, and you're ready for it.
I'm ready for it, but not yet. I got some. Let me get through September. There's a whole lot of stuff going on between now and then. But I am on the list for that Tesla Cybertruck. So anytime now, they can deliver that thing. But we've got some people in the building. Let me shout out my homie Mike Willie, Mally Lee, Support Gaming, Tia Bryant. We're all here to talk about The Chi. And before we dive into it, I want to get you guys' 60-second first impression. Larry, what was your first impression of this episode of The
Chi? That Trig's gonna have some issues coming up real soon. That the honeymoon is over for for Kevin, what's her name?
Gemma.
And I'll be honest with you, this episode really changed my feelings about her. I don't really like her anymore.
True, Gemma?
Yeah, I don't really like her. I saw something in her that I really did not like. And I mean, I already knew she was going to get dirty and cheat with Jake, but the whole thing, something that I saw this weekend, we'll talk about it later. I didn't like it, or it bothered me. But
you might see the same thing I saw. I was telling my wife, she done went full-fledged FEMA, you know what? She went full-fledged. But we'll get to Moochie. Give me your first initial impressions, Moochie, then we'll dive into it.
I was disappointed at what they're doing with the character, with Kevin's character. I had a long talk with my son about it, and he kind of broke it down, like his point of view. I got a young male's point of view of it, and I was disappointed with that. And I did predict that Emmett was going to tell on himself. So
you did. So that was
the
good.
other thing I was gonna say. I didn't like the way Tiff handled that situation.
I don't like the way Emmett confessed. He just blurted it out. He should have broke it down to her more because it happened before they got married.
He did, and he should have done that. But
no,
but
he didn't. He just said he effed her and she ran out.
No, that's right. But she. Once you get married, you can't just get angry and go sleep with somebody else, because it's no longer just I'm cheating on my boyfriend. You're now committing adultery, and it's more serious when you're married. It's not just sleeping around, with a jump off. Anyways, we'll get into it later. But yeah, I didn't like that either. I'm with you, Mooch.
Nita.
My feelings on the episode is that I liked some elements and I didn't like other elements. I really like the bond that's growing between Jake and Tree. How else do I feel? I did not like the way Emmett handled the situation. I actually thought she was going to find out other than him, but it didn't turn out like that. So, he handled that wrong. He didn't give her any context, and she handled it wrong as well. I just don't think they were ready. They were not ready for the magnitude of marriage, just period. Like that was just the wrong move for them. She doesn't even look like she loved him. She don't even look like she is even like, I don't know. She just doesn't look anything like it. And I didn't like Kevin. He's still giving me Ronnie tease. I just don't like it.
Well, my impression was it was a good episode. It was a polarizing episode. But the one thing that stood out to me that I just made sure that I was going to remember was this country suffered a president that was the furthest thing to the right America has ever seen. And every time he done something that was egregious, the people that love him on the right just stood up and clapped for it. Give me some more. Well, the writers took Duda's character and turned him into, and I'm putting in air quotes, an extreme left-winger. And the reason why I put it in air quotes is because what he did by defunding the police was to avenge injustice. It wasn't shit that Donald Trump did to avenge any injustice. It was shit that he did to make more people criminals, is what he did. But having said that, I will give them the nod that say that he was the extreme left-wing person. And how did you guys like the way it felt to have someone jump up there, defund the police, and make the people his enemy? That's what I took away from the episode. And now, having said that, it's time to dive into it. But first, can I mention one other thing that I forgot to point out that I liked in this episode? Go ahead.
And that was the relationship between Papa and his girl. Because they're always really cool to each other, but they have. I mean, it seems to me they're the only ones that have a halfway mature relationship, and
I feel like they mesh very well.
They do, and I really like the way when she sort of messed up and didn't believe in his podcast dream in that moment. She came back and told him, "I'm really sorry. I should have believed. I should have had faith, and I didn't, and I apologize." It takes a certain type of person to own up to your mistakes like that. So, I like where their relationship is going.
All right, Mike Willie, this is for you, my brother. We appreciate that super chat.
Not deserve this type of care though. What's she gonna do that look? Got a little potato. She trying to stir it up. Balls deep on y'all. No, girl, we is lactose. We all need all that cheese. Karen, just Uber Eats me. She's gonna try. Look at her. She gonna cross her legs like it's on the motherboard at church. Girl, that shit ain't innocent. You done raped the whole turkey. Melted butter, baked for 4 hours. Oh, look at it.
Mike Willie.
Oh my goodness.
I appreciate that super chat. And if you really enjoy this channel and want to show us support, we've got about 50 people watching us. Everybody give us a thumbs up. Everybody super chat if you can. But more importantly, share our content. I lost a lot of subscribers this week. I think I went too black conscious this week. I think I talked too much about injustice in America, and I lost 100 subscribers. Share this so I can get them all back. Yeah. But I mean, it's all good. Y'all know I ain't about to stop. It is what it is. I'm a made man, whether I have YouTube or not. So here we go. The Shy preview before we dive into it. Let's do it.
So are you at least excited about the college tour?
Girls, freedom, party!
Whoa, y'all trying to be famous? Huh? Because we don't need y'all here.
You can't just call an impromptu press conference.
Sometimes I just gotta go with my gut.
Well, don't let your gut get you killed.
Talk to me, because something is wrong, and I'm tired of trying to guess what it is.
All right, well, we're going to pick right on up from the very beginning as we go through this breakdown. And in the very beginning, I'm going to come to you first, Larry. You just basically got Tiff tripping on Emmett. Emmett was seeing stars. He was kind of having a vision of Tiff chasing him around with a knife. My translation for the whole scene was that, number one, I think he really and truly cares about this girl, which is why he's tripping so much in his mind about this dark secret he's holding. And number two, he's really worried about what's going to happen when she finds out the truth. And so they eventually open up with him going through that scene. Then they're in the bed, and she's still kind of acting a little iffy lately. So, Larry, pick up on this opening scene and give me your reaction to what was going on.
Yeah, I've said for a long time that Tiff gets on my nerves. She's just one of those. She's always come off as one of these girls who thinks she's so hot, and she has sort of just stank attitude. Every time she says something, it's with a stankness to her, and I just don't like her character at all. And so this, I mean, but what's worse is when are we talking about the whole thing as far as her going over and
Not yet.
and everything?
Not yet. Yeah. Not yet. Just opening. Just the opening scene reaction.
So yeah, I mean, I understand that he's acting weird and she wants to act weird, but she doesn't. I feel like she never creates a safe space for him to just really talk and be open. And you know, it's funny. Mo in the comment section says, "Larry, she's kind of hot." She is. Tiff is hot. She's supposed to be sort of a hot girl. She is. She's nice looking. She's a cupcake away from being fat all the time, which some people like. So, but she's supposed to be that hot girl, but she's also super ass stank, and I can't stand stank ass girls. That just gets on my. I would take a regular ass looking chick over a hot stank ass girl because I can't stand stank chicks. They get on my nerves, you know? And so I think that Emmett is just stuck in this situation where he's driving himself crazy, and part of me feels like he should deal with it and just keep it to himself because there's no need bringing it up and hurting her. But everybody in this show is selfish, and we know that he's going to have to unburden himself at some point. So he will.
Okay. Moochie, your thoughts on opening scene with Emmett and Tiff. Tiff chasing him around with a knife in his worst nightmares.
That boy's conscience is killing him. Is killing him. His conscience is worse than if he did it the right way to me. I feel like if he would have broke it down and told her the right way, and when it happened, then he would have had I don't know if she would have. I think she was waiting for a chance to do
Moochie, I've been waiting to do this for you because you always pick on Larry. I'm not going. I've been waiting to do this to you because you always pick on Larry. So Moochie, this is for you.
Problem with your eyeball, boy?
No, sir.
You want a boot heel in it?
No, sir.
Glass that bad, look at me again. I'll give you a reason not to like me. Now move, nigga.
Get off that horse, Mooch.
I'm on the horse.
You on the horse. We ain't talking about that part yet. You all on the horse.
All right, I didn't go there though.
Can we get a clip of Carl Lewis since she has her track shoes on?
Hey,
no, you gotta get FloJo for me if you getting somebody.
Okay, I'll get. Hey, I love me some FloJo. I'll get FloJo for you. I just had to throw that in there now. FloJo.
You get FloJo down on nails and.
Hey, it was hard. It was hard to
kiss me on the cheek one time. When I was in high school.
Back to what I was saying, I feel like his conscience got the best of him when he's having nightmares about it. And his father got in his head too. His father planted the seed.
Exactly.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna go any further.
And to your point, why the hell you letting your father get in your head? You seem
he's like the worst person to take advice from.
Right. You see what your father has done.
That's the
Right.
problem. That's still his father.
That's true, but I mean, he's a grown man, and you got to see where your father, as a grown man, has made some mistakes. Nita, jump on in there. Your thoughts on the opening scene with Tiff? All up in. She's spending all kinds of rental space in Emmett head, which she should. She's his wife. Got him scared. Your thoughts on the opening scene?
First of all, I just don't like them sleeping with full-on outfits in the bed. Where are their pajamas at? I mean, they had that.
This of all things to pick on, she said, "Why they in the bed with clothes on?"
Yeah, I think that is kind of tacky.
I don't know. I was like, what the hell kind of sleep?
They're in Chicago. It's cold out there.
All right, and then I'm about to bring it right on back to you, Larry. Larry, now you know she is not no one cupcake away from being, you know what?
Did you see those jelly rolls when she was in bed?
She is a pretty girl.
She is pretty. I didn't say you can be pretty and big.
You just don't like her.
And
so you're gonna find everything wrong with her.
Put her down a peg and put her in her place and try to, you know, mess with her and say that she was one cupcake away. Right?
You don't like her.
She's still a beautiful girl. I'm not saying that she's not. She is. She's a hot girl, but she's also a cupcake away, and she stank as hell. I don't like her stank attitude.
Maybe that's the attitude she has to play. Okay, so you don't like her as a character. I get it.
Yeah, I don't like her character. I'm not saying I don't like her as a person. I don't know her as a person. I don't even think I've ever even seen an interview with her. So I mean, she could be a wonderfully, pleasant person.
Well, I mean, end of the day, when someone makes you have a visceral response, they're playing their character. And I mean,
yeah,
she's playing the hell out of an Instagram, IG, it's all about my looks type of girl. She's playing the hell out of that role.
She is. I mean, the fact that she evokes that much emotion from me that I don't like her is a testament to her acting ability.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm sorry. As far as the scene, I'm just gonna say this one thing. Do y'all think it's out of character for Emmett to be this paranoid? Because we already know Emmett ain't shit anyway. So I'm trying to figure out why is this. I don't know. It feels like a character change for him. Like, I know he's trying to change his life, and maybe that's just a part of the process or whatever. But it just doesn't seem on brand for him, because it seems on brand for him to cheat. But this reaction that he's having and this, it just doesn't feel real to me.
For me, I think, like I said, I think what they're trying to show you is that now that he's married, they're showing who he truly loves, which is this one girl. He's truly afraid of losing her, and that's why he's having all this paranoia, hiding this truth from her. I guess at this point, now that he's married, and he's trying to change his life, everything has locked in for him that, it's time for me to step up to the plate, be a man, but I'm holding this baggage. So that's what it looks like to me when it comes to Emmett. And they're trying to turn that corner.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. I think it's the fact that he actually has something to lose now.
Right.
In the past, when he had all these other girls, it was just like, oh, she's just another baby mama. She's another couch that I can sleep on, or another person I can show up to and get some from. And she was just another baby mama. But now that she's actually she's someone special, and now that she's his wife because he married her, he doesn't want to lose her. Mm-hmm. And he's scared, partly because he knows if he loses her, it's going to likely be because of his own doing.
But I feel like the right person for look, I'm gonna have to play the button for myself, so I ain't even gonna say it. I'm gonna wait till we get there.
I caught myself like that, and you played it, but it's all right.
I got FloJo coming for you. You watch that mouth, young lady. You watch it.
You might have to put it on, because I have a theory what I think is going to happen. I don't think Emmett is going to be with Tiff, and I've said this a long time ago.
I mean, we said it last week.
I don't think he's going to be with Tiff. I think he's going to end up with Keisha.
We said it last week when I said that the person that's going to wind up bringing everybody together was going to be Keisha, and I also included her and Emmett getting back together. And what might wind up happening, I mean, damn, we all over the place. Just forget it. Moochie, I should have never played it on you.
Thank you.
We'll get back on track. We'll get back on track. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right, so super chat to my boy Buzz, who always come through, ladies and gentlemen. He's the most loyal. He super chats every night we get up here. It could be 5 nights a week. This boy super chatting to show us love and to keep us going, and we're very grateful. So we appreciate that, my homie. And then another one, Will Lawrence. Every night we get up here to show us support and keep us going. He super chats us, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can't super chat, that's fine. Give us a like and share our content to help us grow. Because there's a lot of people that don't want to see me and Larry grow because we too black. I mean, I don't know what to tell you about that, but that's all I can come up with.
And all I can say is we hold it back. We're holding back our blackness. We haven't even gone full black yet.
Yeah, we're
trying to ease you into it.
Yes, we're trying to lightly sprinkle you guys into what we should all be knowing and understand. We're trying to y'all getting the tip of the iceberg. It's a whole lot beneath it, but y'all keep supporting us.
We're just giving you the tip.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
You know how sometimes they say just put the head in. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. We just putting the head in. That's it. All right. We ain't giving you the shaft and everything else. We just putting the head
dirty.
in.
That's how the trouble starts, you know.
Y'all dirty.
Wait a minute. You
guys are giggling like Emmett.
Hey, Larry, Moochella sound like she speak from experience talking about that's how trouble starts. That's how one of them babies popped up, Moochella.
There's only one.
Okay. All right, well, this next one is for you, Moochie. Here we go. We got Kevin at home, and he's tripping, and his mama popped him right on the ear, and he's just bugging because he wanted them damn Cheetos, and Keisha's eating for two. Break down that initial scene in their home, and what'd you feel?
I feel like they are not addressing the issue of him getting drunk. They didn't address it enough. It's like they talked about it, but he's not really getting punished for coming in like that. You was out of line for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You shouldn't be getting anything to eat. You should be just eating bread and water.
What in the hell?
I have him locked up in some prehistoric.
I gotta go left. I want to be to the extreme.
She wants to put him in the dungeon.
Bread and water. What the? Yeah. I mean, Jesus fed people fish and wine, and you want this boy to eat bread
and water.
Man, Nita, take the wheel. Nita, take the wheel. Lord, poor Kevin.
He just in his hands that day because he was just out of line. He was very out of line, and it's like he's doing it, and because he's going, his mom and the other girls, they're trying to be there for him. They know that he experienced some trauma and that, things are kind of, out of whack or whatever. But at the end of the day, you cannot be disrespecting your mother to this extent. So I'm so glad that he said, that hurt. She said, I'm glad it was supposed to. Because it was all the way out of pocket. Like, she was saying that the things that she was doing is not working no more. When you start taking things from the kids, and they become numb to that sometimes. So yeah, he deserved that. He needs to get himself together.
Big Larry, speak on it, brother.
So I'm going to take a different take on this. I watched this scene and I was profoundly disappointed in Kevin's mother, and the reason why is that this kid is up there suffering. He's in deep, deep traumatic pain, and he's self-medicating. She acknowledges that he's self-medicating, and yet no one is doing anything to help him. They're focused on Keisha, which is understandable. She was kidnapped and repeatedly raped, and now she's pregnant. It's understandable that they're focusing on her, but they have 2 kids in that house, and there's one of them that just watched his best friend be brutally assaulted by the police, and they know it, and they're not doing anything for him. They know that he's in pain. They know he's self-medicating, and all they're doing is criticizing him and popping him on the neck and telling him, "Don't self-medicate." I'm sorry. They need to find a man in his life. Because the reality of it is, you can say what you want. You can act like a man. You can be a butch lesbian. You cannot raise a man if you are not a man. You need men to raise men. That's why we have all these little fuck boys running around right now, because we have all these women raising little boys that are just turning out into big boys. Kev needs a man in his life because they're not equipped to it. No one. I mean, there's the fact of the matter. I'm not even blaming just her. No woman's equipped to raise a boy into a man. You need a man to do that job. But for them just to criticize him and tell him stop self-medicating, do this, do that, that's not enough. You can't just tell him you need to get him some help. Then he doesn't want to go to therapy, so find somebody else that can actually talk to him.
I agree with that, Larry, because before this, he had Brandon to go to.
Yes.
Brandon is gone. He doesn't have him anymore.
Wasn't he cool with Emmett too, though? Wasn't him and Emmett?
Yeah, but Emmett and him didn't really talk like that. Emmett was messing with his sister, so he only talked to him when he wanted sneakers. Let's be honest.
Okay.
And Brandon, and that was the thing. Brandon talked to him like a grown-up, but he also talked to him as an elder, someone that was saying, look, these are not the ways to be. And he always gave him a safe place to come. You can come hang out with me, be in the truck. We can come talk. We can go for walks. He was there. He was that positive male role model for him. And that's another trauma that they never really addressed with him. That dude that was there for him got killed. You know? Mm-hmm. And I mean, so this dude has been suffering traumatic experience after traumatic experience, and all they're focusing on is Keisha. And I'm not saying that she didn't suffer a traumatic experience, but you have two kids that are suffering deeply. And one of them is basically being just ignored wholesale.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like, they went through all the counseling and all that with Keisha, and now they're kind of focusing on her because she's having a kid. And to one regard, as a parent, when your child is lashing out with behavior problems, you do kind of want to get to what is the root of these behavior problems, which suggests you might want to get some counseling. Maybe, like, I remember when I was growing up, they used to always say it takes a community. I didn't have no male figure in my life other than community figures. My mom and daddy, I've never seen my daddy, never. And the male figures I got a chance to meet was community dads. That's who kind of took me under their wings. And when there was holes left that my mom didn't fill in, those dads filled them in, so to speak. So, I mean, I can rock with y'all on that, but let's move on to the next one. Larry,
they need to make it a priority.
We got to pin it there, my brother. We got to keep moving because this is a long sheet tonight.
Nita didn't get to talk.
Yeah, Nita went. Nita went after you.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying, what if Kevin rejects whatever type of help they are trying to provide, and do you want to talk about it? Like,
well, the sister tried to talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? You can only help somebody who wants to help yourself. You understand that he's going through some things. Like I said, he's going through some trauma. But at the end of the day, you can't help somebody if they keep rejecting the help.
Then what would you suggest the mama do at this point? Throw him out? Beat him again? What would you suggest, Nita?
I don't know. I would do therapy. I take my son to therapy. That's what I do.
He doesn't want to go to therapy. That he's already said. He told Keisha that he doesn't want to go to therapy. They need to find a good role model, a male role model that they can have, but they don't have any men in their life. That's part of the problem with a lot of these lesbian relationships. A lot of these lesbians hate men. And I'm not saying this. I know there's a lot of lesbians that have all kinds of male friends and people, but some of them just fucking hate men. And so they don't have men in their lives. So they don't even have someone that they can introduce them to.
That's not this scenario, though.
So
well, in this scenario, they need to utilize their support system of other men that they have, because I don't see them around any other men, but they need to find one and see if they can get Kev to hook up with dude, and maybe he can establish some sort of relationship with them like he did with Brandon, because he needs help. And I'll tell you, they need to make him a priority, because the problem is, and I'm not saying that Keisha should not be a priority, but just as overall protection for the community, women who are hurting hurt themselves. Men who are hurting hurt everybody around them, So it just as a matter of helping the society as a whole, you need to help those young men that are hurting, because if you don't, they will hurt everyone.
Yeah, we just seen that in Miami. Damn it. And shouts out to my people watching in Miami. Be safe. And if you've seen those 3 guys who they were so quick to call them terrorists, let somebody know as best you can. This one's going to start out with you, Nita, And this is a little scene we got right here. This is when Tiff is telling her man that she's got to go to the record studio. She's got to go do her weed. They arguing even in this moment because he's kind of feeling like he don't want her going down to the studio where all these grimy people and folks is at. Need to break this scene down. Who you think was right? Where you think they was going?
I don't know. I didn't have too many thoughts on this one. I didn't have too many thoughts on it. It just seems like the run-of-the-mill type of situation, him trying to keep her safe and her kind of bucking back to try to keep her autonomy. I didn't care too much about it either way.
Okay, I feel you. Larry, what'd you think about this scene?
Yeah, I think I have to kind of agree with Nita on this one. It was sort of a nothing burger for me. It felt like sort of a filler scene. I mean, we did get to see a little bit of him wanting to protect her, and it was one of those scenes. It was, I mean, in this instance, it was in this way, it was nice. If I can get the words out, is that he seemed to want to sort of be around her and take care of her in more of a pure sense, and not sort of I'm jealous or I want to make sure you're not out there trying to push up on some dude, or you're not around there with a bunch of dudes trying to get at you. It seemed more pure, like I'm generally concerned about your welfare, and that's why I want to go with you.
Okay. All right, Moochie, and let me read a comment that everybody's mentioning. Even my wife asked this comment because we didn't get a chance to do our review because the baby sucks over our weekend. But she wants to know, where is their baby? Where is that? Like, you got all this stuff going on. Jada definitely ain't got the baby, and we know Emmett daddy ain't got the baby. Where the hell is the baby? We supposed to assume the baby's in child care 24/7. Where's the baby? And Moochie,
or maybe with Tiff's mother.
Okay, maybe so. Maybe so. But I give it to you.
The same place where
oh Lord.
What's the little baby from Power name?
Oh my God, here you go. I knew you was gonna try to bring power in this thing.
Oh, I digress.
When's that coming back, boy? We need some laughs there.
Somebody just said they don't wrote the baby.
But he still was having like a flashback of what was going on with
they wrote the baby
still
off.
thinking that she's messing around too.
Oh my, Moochie, I'm sorry. They is bugging in these comments. Look at this one.
Wait,
Zia Latrice. She gonna say same place Wanda had those kids. Oh my, here's another one. The baby left the show. It got too bad. He wasn't getting paid enough. Man, y'all
Oh man.
Oh man. Finish your point, Moochie, then we'll get on out of here.
I was saying he was still Emmett still having like little things in his head about her. He keeps hearing his father. His father planted a bad seed in his head to me. And this is advice he shouldn't even be taking from. He should never take advice from his father.
I agree. Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. All right, Larry, we back around to you, my brother. Now, this was a scene where we finally got to see a bond between Jake and Trig. And this is when Trig actually says something that this is what Larry's talking about to some degree, about creating a safe space to talk and communicate. The same thing Larry's saying about what Tiff should be doing with Emmett, and some of what Larry's saying should be going on with Kevin. His brother comes in there and basically gives him the kind of talk that most thugs wouldn't give their brother. He says you can't try to be something along the lines of you can't try to love everybody, you can't try to help everybody, something to that effect. And this was a touching scene to the point where Jake turns around and says, "I love you," and Trig says, "I love you too." Larry, pick up on this scene.
Yeah, this was a really nice scene. It was a really genuine moment between two brothers, and letting him know, look, I get it that we're out in these streets and when you're out there, you have to put on that face and act hard and you don't have to be that way here. You know, when you're here, when you're at home, when you're with me, you can just be. You can let it down a little bit. It's a safe place that you can let your emotions out. You can cry if you need to. You can yell if you need to. He just let him know, you know, that there's no judgment here. You can be how you are. And I thought that was nice. I mean, I genuinely like their relationship because there's so much there seems to be so much that happens and so much, you know, love and care that goes on between them that's often not said. And I mean, because we know that how things are. Like if Jake is the hookup with some dude, he'd be filleted in those streets, except his brother is dating a trans woman, you know, and it's never anything said about it. It's never anybody saying, like, you know, calling him any names or saying anything slick to him. It's just like, okay, that's who you chose. And all right. And so they always have this really sort of tight, really genuine connection, which I like, which to me says that one or both of them are going to die. Because you know Lena Waithe isn't going to allow that relationship to exist. I mean, she might because Trig is gay, so she might allow it to exist. But but when you have a positive relationship with two black men, I don't expect it's going to last.
It'll last. But Moochie, jump on in there.
I thought that it was good that he have somebody to talk to, but like I said, I like also the fact that the girlfriend sent him away with protection.
Imani?
Yeah,
yes, Imani, yeah.
He looked scared, didn't he? These are mine.
Yeah, but better safe than sorry. That's how it happened.
Hey, man, because I'm telling y'all, man, it's only a matter of time because every man has used this line before. Can I take it off? I can't feel nothing. Nita, straight to you.
I wish, you know, whenever you see the boys linked up, they're always over at Kevin's house. I wish Kevin spent more time over at Jake's and he had more access to Trig and the way he talks and the way he processes information and you know, maybe just as an influence, a male influence in his life. But I definitely love, this is one of the highlights of this episode for me, their bonding. And remember, I mentioned that in in my opening. So yeah, I really did like this. I like the family unit that they're doing. The condom thing was really, really cute. So I liked all of that.
Okay, I'm with you. I certainly can concur. And now it is time to get on back down there to Moochie, who's playing on her iPhone. Everybody got eye technology.
No, I'm looking at the comments.
Everybody got eye technology down here. Moochie, this one's for you. So now we on the bus going to the college tour. You got Kev talking to Gemma, and Kev is kind of spaced out. Police come by, he's spooked. Gemma is just all into this whole college tour. She wants to do some Snapchatting. And then we also get Jake over here. Kev asked Jake, what's his prognosis? Jake says he'll be all right in a couple of days. And then the white girl pops up over here, and Jake said, oh, man, I'm still struggling. You know, is there anything you could do to make me feel better? She actually offers up those services. I mean, she offers up her kindness. Excuse me, I almost slipped up and said something crazy. Moochie, talk about this bus ride, man. This was a nice little bus ride they was on.
Well, with Gemma, she's focused. She's got her game plan of what she wants to talk, what she wants to do when she gets to the college. She's excited. Mm-hmm. She's excited about the whole college experience. And he's just still kind of, he's still messed up by what happened with the whole police incident.
Right.
And he does need to go talk to somebody. I feel like what Larry was saying, the mother did not handle this right. She talked to him, but she didn't. I guess she didn't do enough prying to get out what's really bothering him. The sister got through more than the mother, to me.
Right. She didn't.
She got through to Kevin more than the mother, talking to him the last episode where she was telling him don't hold it in and this and that. But he really, I just don't like how they have him spiraling out of control.
And
as far as Jake with him, you know, she want to get the chocolate.
Oh, good.
Like how you say, she want to get her dipped in the chocolate. I had to use your line.
No, I didn't use it because I knew you was gonna take it. I knew. And Moochie, what happens once you dip in that chocolate?
She ain't gonna go back. Look, we don't even know if it's gonna be a cat fight in the next episodes to come. Like
the Dora Milaje versus Black Widow. Next episode on the Shy. That's what we about to have. Take it away, Nita.
It's gonna be a cat fight.
Right.
I have trouble with this scene because you could definitely see Jake and Kevin's friendship definitely is suffering from what happened and how Kevin reacted, and it looks like it's fractured, and I don't think they're going to bounce back from this one for some reason. I just don't think, and I think what happens later on in the season, that's going to be a permanent fracture for them. But I definitely can see that happening. Gemma, oh my goodness, she's so irritating. You know, kids always want to do something for the gram. So he's so not interested. They grew up on two different sides of the tracks. You know, Kevin doesn't have the background that she has. You know, she lives affluently and he does not, even though he just goes to that school. You know, she can't expect for him to have the same type of acumen that she has. And you know, just like she said, they not equally yoked. And I guess we just gotta figure that out. And we'll find out sooner or later.
Okay, we sure will. Larry, you get last word on it.
Yeah, I think that it's you know, it's frustrating at some levels when I was watching this scene because you know, like Nina was saying, they go to the same school, but they live in two different worlds. And Kev gets to go into her world when he goes to school, but then at night he goes back to his world and she stays in hers. And she doesn't really understand that. And it's like some of the stuff that he's suffering through, she doesn't get, like when those cops rolled by and he flinched and his whole demeanor sort of changed. She just can't understand that, you know, because in a lot of ways, she's just a spectator, you know. I mean, she's a black woman. She's a black woman. She could end up experiencing those things, but because of where she's from and how much money and privilege she hasn't experienced any of that stuff and probably won't if her father does the job that he's been doing of protecting her and shielding her from it. So she gets to talk all this big game. She gets to say all the right things, but she's never had to experience it. And she doesn't understand the trauma that he's suffering. And so she thinks she just doesn't get it, where she's thinking like, oh, I want to be all big Afro Angela Davis, power to the people. And Kevin's like, I just want to get an education and get the fuck out. You know? Mm-hmm. I mean, Kevin's like, I just want to not have to deal with this crap. And she just can't understand it.
Okay. I can deal with that. Any thoughts on Jake having that chocolate dip?
I mean, this seems like sort of typical Jake. You know, I mean, he always wanted to sort of be like a little player and doesn't, you know, he comes off in the sense where he acts like he doesn't really care about women, calling them bees and all this stuff. And you know how he is. He's just, is there anything I can do? Oh yeah. The doctor said it won't be off for about 3 months now. And he just told Kevin it was going to be off in like 2 days, you know? So, I mean, that part didn't really do much for me. It was just sort of typical Jake, the way they're sort of developed his character is just right along those lines. It wasn't a surprise.
Okay. All right. Nita, you're going to get this one. And this is one of my favorite scenes because it kind of relates to what we've been dealing with in the black community for years, dealing with the police. And now you've got a person of power who's a minority who's decided he's going to go rogue for the people. Now, you will want to rally behind what he's doing, but we all know his dirty other side. So now we've got some beef coming up between Duda and Gemma's daddy, who is the banker who has all the money, who feels like he put Duda in this chair. And now Duda has gone rogue. Again, it goes to show you my parallel with the Republican Party and Donald Trump. They felt like they put his ass in office. He gets in there. He wants to do what the hell he wants to do. Only difference is this time, this is for the good of the people. So Duda gets in here with this officer, and that exchange with the officer was something that you should rewatch again. Basically, the officer saying, all I did was asking for the ID. Duda is saying, so asking somebody for ID should result in them getting a black eye. And then Duda just basically says, you know what? You're fired. You're not getting this job back. Done. Goodbye. Then Duda rolls up out of there, goes outside in the public, and tells the people there's going to be some swift and stiff changes coming to the Chicago PD. Nita, you get first dibs on this one.
Boy, that power went to his head, didn't it? I was like, boy, yeah. He said he was the head nigga in charge. I said,
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I thought that was interesting. But the thing is that when you side with the people, and when we say people, we say us. Black people, they rarely vote, so you miss out on, you're doing the right thing, but you're not going to get the support that you really think you're going to get, because we are kind of just outnumbered in the thinking, in the logic, or whatever. So, he is doing a good thing. He doesn't even have a plan. Like, they was trying to ask him questions. He was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So he was like, I can't even answer any questions. But I mean, I think it's commendable, but at the same time, Chicago is very violent. And so, I don't know. It's a line you have to toe. But the thing is, when people say defund the police, we're not saying we're shutting the police down. We're just saying that we can't keep over allocating these funds for them to make the Black community suffer and, over police us. And, he said Jake attacked him. I was like, what the heck? I just think, their logic is so flawed. He was like, my family don't know if I'm coming home or not. Neither do our families. Our families don't know if our loved ones, if our Black men will come back into the house. Same thing. And Duda was like, yeah, I know the problem, because we live it.
Right. Well said, Nita. That's exactly why I said you need to watch that whole section again. Like, bro, really? Right. My family don't know whether or not I'm coming back home. Bro, how many Black families sitting out here holding their head because their family ain't never come back home for nothing, unarmed? Larry, jump on in there.
Yeah, I think we have to be very careful with our language and how we think about things. I know I've seen some people in the comics talking about he thinks nobody can tell me anything type attitude and stuff like that. He even referred to himself as the HINC. And here's the thing. If he was a white man and he came out and said he was going to do that, people would have praised him and said, oh, he's such a bold political figure. He's willing to go out there on his own. Yep. He's willing to put everybody off to the side if they're not coming with him. And he's so bold and brave to do this on his own. As a Black man, it's like, oh, who does this nigga think he is? Who does he think he is that he can go out there and do this shit by himself? He's the mayor. That's who he is. And this idea, like the dude, like Gemma's dad was thinking that he was, that he's this dude that made him. Let's not forget, Duda was the damn man before he ran for mayor, which is the reason why he ran for mayor. He used other people's networks to help get him where he is, but because he was who he was able to actually recognize those networks and utilize them. I mean, we need to recognize Duda for what he is. Don't get me wrong, I'm not making him out to be some savior figure. He is a gangster, murderous piece of shit, no doubt. But he seems to be on a path of redemption, which obviously we know Lena Waithe hates when a Black man redeems himself, so he's going to be killed by the end of this season.
Wow.
So,
And to that regard, Larry, I would just say that he's the useful person that's empowered, that's actually willing to do the dirty work that others wouldn't have done for the community, is what it looks like she's doing. But I agree with you. We've already seen it. That premonition from the very first episode, he's going to get shot. But now we don't. Now it's a mystery of who's going to do it, because now you might have some cop do it. You might have Gemma's damn daddy do it.
That's what I was saying. That's my prediction.
Here you go, Moochie. It's all on you.
And I feel like it's with him and the cop. You had to pay attention to everything. The cop had guards at his door, so he's scared that some gangsters is gonna come in and take him out. Because they probably was like, "Do you know whose son you was messing with?" Like, because basically that's what he is. You scared? That's what he is. He's scared now. You don't mess with the wrong kid. So now he really trying to watch his back. Because he don't. I don't think Duda sanctioned the beatdown. And I'm not saying that he sanctioned the beatdown on the cop. That was all.
I don't think he did either.
He didn't sanction that at all. But hey, it happened. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing that people that often cops don't always realize and they don't think about is that when they go out there and beat and kill black people, generally, people just say, okay, they try and go through the process. They try and go through the proper measures to, the proper procedures and all that to go file reports, get the body cam footage, try and get charges filed, all that stuff. But they are human beings and they could be got to like anyone else. If someone decides, you know what? I'm not playing by their damn rules, because they're not even playing by their rules. So why am I going to play by the rules when they're not? I'm just going to go catch this dude slipping, and I'm not going to kill him, but I'm going to do the same shit he did to my boy. I'm going to put him in the hospital. I'm going to beat him to an inch of his life and put him in the hospital. And that's what Trig did. Trig was like, cool, yeah, I'm not going to kill you. You beat my brother, put him in the hospital. I'm going to do the same shit to you. Done.
Okay.
And black people could do that more often if we wanted to. They think maybe they can hide. Black people know how to find people. We have always known how to find people. We just don't do it. We just don't do it. And I'm not saying that we should, but I bet you the instances of violence would drop considerably if all of a sudden that type of stuff started happening. If we had a drop squad where people were like, oh, okay, we're not going to get any real justice. Well, we're going to get justice one way or another.
Oh, just like Malcolm said. You want some of that Bumpy Johnson street justice is what you're talking about. That's what Larry want that Bumpy.
I would prefer legitimate due process justice. But if that is not going to come, then justice at some point will be rained out. It will be dished out one way or the other. People are only going to sit back and take it for so long.
Well, black folk been taking it for a very, very,
very long time.
Long time.
And we need to have an attitude shift where we realize we don't need to take it. We don't have to, and we should not.
Okay, well, here's
I feel like things is going very left for Gemma's father. I can't remember his name now. Gemma's father and Duda, that whole relationship is going left, but it seems like Candy is on Gemma's dad's side.
It do. Hey, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Now, Larry, this one's for you. So here are two positive spots in the show. Here is a makeshift studio, soundproof studio. They use egg cartons. And I'm talking about Papa and Myesha. These two are trying to be the standouts. They're trying to keep their head on straight. It seems like the drama has not hit them in the mouth yet. Larry, you've talked about how you like this relationship. Speak on it a little more. But don't forget, Gemma was messing around with Kev, so don't hype her up too much.
You mean Myesha was messing with Kev?
Yeah, Myesha was messing with Kev.
Yeah, I mean, I do like this relationship because they both seem to be respectful of each other, and I like the way they treat each other. I like the way they move around each other, and even when, even this episode where she had basically just didn't believe in his dream. She thought that it was far-fetched that he was going to get these guests on his podcast, and she said as much. and she hurt his feelings in doing so, but she apologized and said, I should have believed you and I didn't, and I'm sorry. And it just showed that their relationship is developing and maturing, because before it was just all sunshine and roses between them. It was all my queen and my king, and it was all them always loving each other and nothing was ever wrong. And now we're actually seeing that there are fissures in there, that there are little fissures in the relationship. There's little cracks that they have to contend with, but they're not. But when those cracks come up, they don't let it destroy their foundation. They process it, they apologize, and they move on together. And I really like that. I think that's how healthy relationships should work. So
okay, all right, Moochie, your thoughts?
I love that they had the little studio in the closet. I like that. We used to do stuff like that in the basement back in the day, like have like our little the turntables and stuff like that. So I had a little nostalgia with that. I love their relationship. I like the little rap she threw down, and she had some little skills. I liked what she was spitting, and his little podcast, he really thought he was gonna have a star come in. But I like this whole scene. I like their relationship. They hit a bump in the road before when he had the father help out with the money, and they resolved that. But I think that basically showed how much he cared for her. Yep. I like where this is going.
I see it now.
I don't, because we know that if they have a healthy black relationship, they're gonna kill it.
Right, I was gonna say you know they could throw a monkey wrench in this thing and tear it to pieces. They could do it quick. Nita, it's on you.
I was saying I like this. I definitely love Big Papa. I think because his value system was based in the church, and he had some values and some rules about him, and he was raised in a manner where he, operates from his heart. This is a good relationship, and she's able to acknowledge her faults and come back. And I love the way they communicate. I think the podcast is going to blow up. That's just my prediction. I think they're going to be successful with that, and it's going to go somewhere.
Okay. Me personally, I thought she was just being real, giving them real constructive criticism about thinking Van Jones was going to come to the show. She said, in due time, when your podcast grows. She never said, F you, it's never going to grow. You're never going to get a star. She said, right now, let it grow. And I thought that was good, constructive criticism. And then in the very end, when he was actually down to talking about Van, is when she kind of let him know that, I got your back. I love you, blah, 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 whatever. I got your back. And I do think that this podcast, too, is going to blow up. And that before the end of this season, Papa's going to have some figure. Maybe it will be Van Jones. Somebody who's big into politics will be on their podcast. And Lena will definitely put that in there this season. So get ready for that. Now,
you know what, though, Lamont? Sometimes when you have the whole world shitting on you, you don't need the people closest to you telling you the hard and dirty truth. Sometimes you just need a fucking cheerleader. That's all. Sometimes that's just all you need. You already know.
I don't think she did it in a negative way. She was kind of getting around.
Yeah, I don't think.
I understand, but sometimes you know every obstacle that's in your way. You see it. You experience it. You don't need the people around you to tell you, look, there's a brick wall in front of you. I see the fucking brick wall. I need a cheerleader that's going to cheer me on to say, you could get over it. Keep jumping. You could do that shit. Sometimes that's all you need. You don't need the people to be another person over there in your ear talking about there's a brick wall.
She learned the lesson and she corrected the behavior.
Yeah, she corrected it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this situation. I think this situation she handled it.
You need different things from
She handled it well. I think she handled this one just fine. I didn't have a problem with that one. Moochie, this is coming to you.
Okay.
And Lord have mercy. This is a problem. I don't know how this is going to end, how it's going to stay, but this is definitely a problem. Trig boy Jason Weaver, and man, he looked like he's lived a hard life. Yeah. Gets out of jail and is already talking about his girlfriend. He's like when he started talking about that, he was going in and in. Now Trig did check him, but he kept teasing it. He gave this man some money because this man did a bid for him. Moochie, without jumping forward, what did you think of this introduction of Trig's boy?
Bad idea. I think it's gonna go left. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it short and sweet.
Hey, I'm with that.
I feel like it's gonna go left.
It's good. Hey, you can't do nothing better than that, ladies and gentlemen. It's going left. By the way, it's 120 people. Please give us 120 likes. You feel free to super chat if you want, but if you can't super chat, share our content because there are a lot of people missing out on some great creators. Nita, what do you think about Jason Weaver?
He is bad news. You can tell from this dude's character, the stuff that he said he needed. A girl with little titties, a big old ass, and low standards. I said.
I mean, well, Nita, to be honest with you, all he got to do is get on Instagram. Ain't nobody introduce him to Instagram. He can find that on Instagram like every other page. But I mean, I digress. Finish your point, Nita.
And then also too, how he was just about to jump into his car like in the driver's seat with no license. I was like, okay, you know what? He's doing too much.
Yeah.
Audacity, like too much nerve. Like, he's overstepping, and Trig is not checking him.
He checked him a little bit. When he started talking about his girl, that's when Trig checked him. And Trig also didn't let him drive the car. So, I mean, he did put a small check and balance in there.
Yeah,
but you can see
breaks on that one.
Right. You can see Trig is sweet on this dude. Larry, drop us about Jason Weaver.
When I saw this scene right here, this part and the other part where they're at the house. Are we talking about that too?
No, we ain't at the house yet.
Okay. So when I saw this part, I was like, okay, yeah, this dude's gonna be bad news. He's one of those dudes that he just got out of jail, and he's just not the type of dude that's really gonna learn his lesson. He's not gonna learn his lesson. He's gonna have to end up dead or locked back in jail forever. He's just not gonna learn his lesson. So you can try and teach it to him, but you're gonna end up getting yourself in trouble, or you're gonna end up getting the people around you in trouble for having this dude around.
Wow. Hey man. Usually when me and Larry say somebody's going to kick the bucket, I just hate to tell y'all, they usually kick that bucket. But we got another super chat from my boy Buzz, who's basically trying to get y'all to super chat for us. He's throwing another super chat. And Big Buzz, we appreciate you, and this is for you, my man.
Don't you like popsicles?
What?
I said, don't you like popsicles?
What?
I said, don't you like popsicles?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Okay.
Buzz, I like them super chats, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Now here's another scene that Larry is going to have a whole lot to say, and he's going to speak on my behalf on this. So this is when it started going left for me with this particular character, and my wife too, kind of, sort of. So we're finally at the college. Oops, my bad, y'all. I should play the horse scene for myself. I jumped ahead, my bad.
That's because you played it for me.
So we at the college, and Gemma is just literally talking a hole in this boy head. Like, they go through like 4 different scenes. She's still running her damn mouth. And Kev is kind of zoned out. Larry, this one's on you. Break this down for us, my brother. I mean, what in the world? She was like Lucy on Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. He's just like zoning out.
She just sounded like a privileged little princess that I just wanted to like put some duct tape over her mouth, man. I was like, she annoyed the shit out of me in this scene because she's going on talking about, colleges and shit. You go to college and then you spend all this money and you go into debt, and then you go to then a college degree isn't really worth as much anymore. So then you have to go back and go to grad school, which means you have to get more debt and go get a master's or a PhD. And then the next thing you know, you're just in debt for the rest of your life and yada, 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 yada. She's just talking all this privileged shit because she knows she's never going to have to pay for college. Doesn't matter where she goes, her college education is going to be paid for. What she's trying to do is tell Kevin, you shouldn't go to college. And to me, that's just fucking bullshit. I have experienced so many people like this in the world that it just annoys the hell out of me. I'm like, just regardless, you're going to be better off going to college. I don't know anybody who is worse off in their life because they went to college. I don't know anyone. Not a single one. Not a single person as much or as little debt as they carry. I don't know a single one that is worse off because they went and got a college education. And to me, what she was talking was just a bunch of bullshit. It just sounded like she was trying to get in Kevin's head saying you shouldn't go to college. Because she knows good and damn well if she decides that she's going to undergrad and then go get a master's or get a PhD or go to law school or med school or whatever else she wants to do, she's not paying for a single dime of it. Her dad's going to cover all that tuition, all that housing, all those books. She's going to graduate with zero debt. And so for her, college is nothing. It's a given. And she needs to just keep her damn mouth shut. And the only thing she should be telling Kev is do as well as you can, get the best grades that you can, and try and get in and out as quick as you can so you don't have to pay as much money. Because you don't want to go to college and have to be on a 5 or 6 year plan. So you have to pay more money for tuition and more money for books and more money for housing. And if you do well, you go to school, you get good grades, maybe get a scholarship. You know, maybe you don't have to pay for all that. But she was just on some bullshit. This is that scene right there made me not like her. I realized in that scene, she's bad news, Kev. You need to get away from this girl. You know, she's a fake ass activist and just one of those little rich girls who's playing the role. She's a faker. She's fake.
No, Larry.
You got all of that from that conversation?
I don't think she's fake.
Like her. No, things that people say reveal a lot about what and who they are.
I don't think she's fake. I just think she doesn't have true experience in the hood.
We already know her. She's already messing with Jake. We know her.
We know she's fake. Sheltered life.
Yeah, she's lived a sheltered life.
You got to look at this. She's lived a sheltered life, and Jake not Jake. Kevin, all he knows is just going to school here. Now, he's just trying to be like, if I get some kind of scholarship, my mother doesn't have to pay for school. That would be going through his head, I think. You know, but to me, it seemed like she's trying to mold him. That's what I got from that whole thing. I got that whole vibe with Gemma from when they was on the bus.
Okay.
Like she's trying to mold him into what she wants him to be.
Yeah, I mean, both scenes put that piece together. And Kev's not there right now. Neither way you
Kevin's just trying to get out. Kev recognizes what's happening around him. Kev just wants to get out.
He's not even thinking right now. He's
traumatized.
That's why he was so mad when she kept on talking about all this bullshit and trying to steer him away from going to college. That's why he was like, I'm not even trying to hear you right. I forgot what he said to her, but he was basically like, he basically told her, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what he said, basically. Yeah, go ahead, Nita.
Yeah, that scene, that was where it started, but the scene where, he ends up getting in trouble. I don't want to put my track shoes on, but I don't see it for Gemma. I'm not here for her. She's okay, and she be talking like she got some sense. She got some good gems and jewels that she dropping. But like I said, if you're not on that level, and Kevin is not on that level, Kevin needs to run for the hills. You done got it. Go on. You can just go ahead and somebody else. I don't understand why she's trying to make this thing work, because I don't even feel like there's much chemistry between them. Like, I like that they just got together. They might have flirted a little bit, and then it turned into this big what? Like it doesn't make any sense for me. So I'm not here for Gemma. She sealed the deal when she bust him out when he was coming up the stairs. Got him put out and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'm not here for her. But she was speaking truth.
Okay. So Ghost Blue, she look at Kevin as an adventure or a pet project.
Yeah, like she trying to mold him, like I said.
Well, I don't know what she thinks she's gonna do with Jake. I can't wait till we get to that scene. And this one coming up next is for Moochie. It's Moochie. Now this right here was the beginning of the story being told because this boy got just as much love for this young lady right here as he do for his own wife. And I'm talking about Emmett and Keisha. So
no, he
first
doesn't.
of all,
He has more.
First of all, he pops up in here with the daddy, right? And I'm assuming this is a consignment shop. And the daddy is trying to get a discount on old threads to go to some kind of high school reunion they having that's supposed to be old school, but ain't nobody give him the memo that they done changed it. And so he's running around there trying to get a hookup. She can't help him. And this is when Emmett and Keisha have this long talk. And you know what? She told him to go ahead and come clean. And I got to be honest, I got to agree. I agree with her in this situation. The way it's bothering his brain, he needed to come clean. And she gave him good, solid advice as a friend and speaking from a woman, knowing how she would feel if she was in that situation. So Moochie, take it and run.
Now, what she should have did was gave him step-by-step instructions.
I mean, dang, Moochie.
Because
you lead the horse to the water. You got to kick him in the ass to drink.
Lead the horse to the water and show him how to drink it.
God almighty.
Because the way he told her was like not good.
Nope.
He still kept putting it off when he just blurted it out and it came out wrong. But I ran again, sorry. I like the fact that he confides in her and they both have each other to lean on. And the father is just a hot mess.
Take the wheel, Nita. Take the wheel. That daddy is a mess, man. Why he still got that earpiece in the year 2021?
Because he's old school. They do be like that.
Darnell ain't shit and he ain't gonna never be shit. It's terrible.
Whoa. Nita the diva, you sound like you done been through some things, my sister. Speak on it. The way it came, your voice turned into Tony Braxton singing voice. That nigga ain't shit. It was.
She sound like Rage, MC Rage.
Go ahead, Nita.
And the way that he parents Emmett is so like he's not even a person that you can get sound advice from because he's just so fucked up. So I don't know. You want to talk about him? Put it on Keisha and Emmett. Now this is true love, y'all. This is when you become a friend with somebody that you were lovers with. I think that makes it much more special. The friendship with me first. And I think that's what Kevin and Jim don't have. And then what's his name? And Tiffany, they don't have it. So this is where you build a solid friendship relationship and maybe married. Who knows? They are close.
Okay. Well, Larry's about to give y'all my prediction because he know where I'm going with it. So Larry, speak on this situation.
Yeah, I've been saying that I think they're going to end up together. And to be honest with you, now that I've seen I'm not going to go and put my track shoes on, but we've already seen what's going to go down with Tiff. I think they set this up to open the door for that relationship to end so that Emmett and Keisha could be together. And if they, I mean, maybe she's not going to get rid of the kid. Maybe she's going to keep it, and then Emmett's going to have another kid. I mean, he was talking before about he wanted another kid with Tiff, and she was just saying you already have enough babies, but he wants another kid. Maybe this is the way he's going to have another kid, and he's going to be with the one woman that he actually really loves and respects.
Mm-hmm. And Larry, somebody's super chatting you, my brother. Larry's on to something with the heterosexual relationships being way more problematic than the others. And Devry M, we appreciate you, my brother. We love it when y'all come through with the super chats. And Moochie did say it too. And we appreciate you for that. And now we're going to get on to something. And Nita, this is going to be yours. We're going to now. So they're in college and Jake is giving Kev some money because Kevin is good on video games. Now, I too, in college, made extra funds gambling on video games. My particular game was Madden. I've been on the Madden bus. I won a Mustang playing Madden. So,
wow.
and this is back in my day, like 2007 and on. And if the kids is doing that now, I can only imagine what they're doing these days. So Kevin is telling Jake, you can get scholarship nowadays for esports, which you can. So he goes in here with these white dudes, and of course he's wearing them out because if y'all don't know about us brothers, damn, what is wrong with me today? If y'all don't know about us brothers, when we get on them sticks, we tend to adapt to that just as well as we can adapt to other things. Nita, speak on how did you like Kevin going in there, whipping up on the white dudes, taking their money?
I think that's where it should have started and stopped. When Jake gave him that money and said, come on, go flip that. He know how good Kevin is with gaming. He said you can get scholarships for that. He should have went in there and stayed focused. And you know what? I feel like them white boys, they clipped him up because he took all their money, and then all of a sudden they want to give him some drugs so that they can take advantage of him and get the money back.
Now, do you think that they let him? Because I was trying to figure that out too. Did he lose the money back to do? They never played that out because it looked like he was counting money. I don't know if he was counting it because he was winning it or he was counting it because he was having to give it back out. What do you think?
I think he won it at first, but like you said, they didn't play out. Like, he had started feeling loopy, and so I'm assuming that he lost it again. So that's my assumption. But he is making some foul moves, and I'm just like, y'all, why are y'all doing him like this? Like, I just don't want to see Kevin go like this.
Okay. All right. Larry, what'd you think?
Yeah, I think that's one of those times when you see that situation as when you're Jake and you look at that situation, you don't leave your boy to go get some ass. You look at that and you realize you gave your boy a wad of money and you sent him into a lion
Larry,
den.
this was after the ass, Larry. This was after the ass. This was after the ass. Yeah,
okay, well then you just don't leave your boy over there because you gave him the money, you sent him into the lion's den with those dudes, and you just boned out. You should have been right there with them. So when they started offering him drugs and alcohol, Jake should have been like, "Nah, man, let's bounce. Let's be out. We need to go catch up with the rest of the tour." And instead, he left him to his own devices.
And they gave him a Molly. For those of you wanting to know, it wasn't a Viagra; it was a Molly.
Yeah, and look at there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dudes over there. You're a black dude from Chicago, and you see 8 white dudes over there, and you're gonna leave your mans in them by themselves?
And then
I'm okay.
Boy, I was like, bruh. Now, back in my day, when we would go and gamble, our little group was called the Horsemen. We would never leave somebody alone. I don't care if it was other brothers. We would never leave someone alone with all that money in there gambling on the sticks. We never did it. We never did it. We never, and we've been in colleges before. We done been on college campuses. They done try to get us drunk. We done dealt with all this stuff. I mean, Lena Waithe wrote this 100% right. I'm telling y'all, I was a gamer. I've been in this. She wrote this perfect. And when you go in these situations, let me tell you what they done to me. One dude had a hot girlfriend, and he would let her run around the house damn near naked. And I can't lie, y'all. It was a damn distract. Man, that thing was right. And he knew it. He knew it was right. And she would come over there, drop stuff on the floor with some pants that's all in her ass crack, bending over. How the hell I'm supposed to be throwing a pass with Michael Vick? You all in my face like this. Bro, look, yeah. Jay, you can't do it. Moochie, take the wheel.
I'm mad at this whole scene because they from the hood. How many times he been been around drugs? He been in that trap house with Jake's brother when he was slinging in there.
Mm-hmm.
How you get all the way to college?
Right.
And this guy says I spent all my coke money, and then he hands you a Molly.
Right.
And you should know the game. You from the hood. How that was written piss poor, I think.
And not only that,
cute to get up and leave. I'm sorry.
But
come on, you didn't take drugs all these years. The most you did was smoke weed and drink. Now you wait till you get to college to touch a Molly? Really?
Go ahead, Nita.
I was saying it's peer pressure for him.
How was it peer pressure? They wasn't forcing him to take it.
No, because that kid said to him, that kid made a comment of like, he's just a high schooler, some mess like that. And then Kev sat back and like, okay, I'll take it. Like,
right.
Bruh, come on, Kev. College. And people keep saying in the comments, they're trying to turn Kev into Ronnie.
Yeah, and that's what I'm mad about. I don't want to see that.
I mean, I said this last season and the season before. I was like, it's just a matter of time before they destroy Kev because he seems like a solid stand-up black man. So it's just a matter of time before Lena Waithe tries to destroy his character.
Yeah, he did say that. All right, Larry, we coming your way now, my brother. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm glad you get this one.
You've been in a whole crack house. And now he waits to get to college to mess with drugs.
He's spiraling out of control, Moochie.
You
He's
know,
spiraling.
Dealing with money, like say like if you playing craps and
look, if I stay straight, I could take all these people money. He should have been thinking like that.
Moochie, he's self-medicating because he's suffering. He's dealing with trauma. He's self-medicating.
He was already beating him up, drinking the beer. He could have kept drinking the beer and kept it moving.
He's self-medicating.
I wouldn't even want him doing that, to be honest with you.
It's too late. He was already drunk.
Yeah, but he was still beating him.
But here's the thing. In that moment, he didn't want to feel like a little kid. He wanted to feel like he was the man. And because he's been dealing with his sister was kidnapped and he couldn't do anything about it. And then his best friend got beat up by the cops and he got put on the ground and he couldn't do anything about it. He's all these things where people are expecting like he's supposed to be the man. He's supposed to be able to do something. Jake even said, why didn't you do something? Like he was supposed to be the man that steps up to do something. There was nothing he could do. And then here he is in this moment and somebody else is telling him, oh, just leave him alone. He's just a little kid. And he wants to prove I'm not just a little kid. I'm more than that. I'm bigger than that. I'm a man. So he takes it, and he's not making good decisions because he is. He's a kid. He's a little kid.
I'm sorry.
He's a little kid suffering trauma.
I understand he's suffering trauma, but it's just like how let's mess this kid's life up. I understand that he's going through a lot. But I just don't like the direction that they take in this character.
I don't either.
It really bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I'm taking it personal, but it really bothers me.
It's causing drama. So, Larry, here we go. Now, we already predicted that this is Tia's boyfriend, one of the Maori sisters' boyfriend on this show. And me and Larry, we talked about this last year, Larry. We knew that homeboy was going to get it in with Tiff. We knew it. We said it because you didn't bring him up there for this. So basically, she goes over here, sell him his drugs. She throws in some extra. And in true form, someone who's latching on, waiting for someone who become emotionally vulnerable, he's over there talking shit about her husband. But at the same time, she's throwing vibes too now. Now, she didn't do nothing wrong. She ain't do nothing wrong. But she's throwing vibes. She's disavowing the husband, not mentioning the husband. And he's picking up on that. Larry, speak on this clown. And
now, where are we at with this? Because you keep bringing this stuff up, but I want to know, where are we? Are we talking about what she actually did or are we not?
No, not yet.
No, this is him doing push-ups when she came to sell the product. You see that?
And yes, I don't have much to say about it. It's the same shit they've been teasing since last season. He's there. We know he wants the draws. We know that she thinks he's attractive. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, space and opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Moochie?
He had a nicer apartment last season, but anyway.
What?
Yeah, he seemed like he had a different apartment. It was like more spacious.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
No, but he's just like one of them dudes, like, she gonna give me some one day.
Right.
Is today gonna be the day?
Oh, Lord. Nita.
She gonna give me some one day, but is today gonna be the day?
He waiting in the wings.
Exactly.
Waiting for opening and opportunity.
He keep checking that lock to see if it's gonna open.
Here you go. See, y'all just can't go 1 year without talking about lock and keys, can you? But you know what? There has never been a lock invented that didn't have a key. So I blame all this on Tiff. She is showing him how to unlock her lock, because she's not really dissing him hard enough when he's making these advances. And that could be because he's a business client. Could be. But at the same time, there's a way you can say, you know what? I don't want to talk to you about my relationships. This is strictly business. Keep it moving. But she didn't do that. So she left the window open for him to think that, hey, I can keep coming at you like this because you ain't checking me on that. And I mean, if nobody don't check you on something, you're going to do what you want to do. Simple as that. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. So now, Moochie, this was all on you. And this was one of my favorite scenes. I love the hell out of this. Ooh-wee. Duda comes out and says, fuck it, we defunding the police. And this was an impromptu press conference. He ain't tell Candy. He ain't tell Mr. St. John nothing. He just
Marcus.
went on. Yeah, Marcus ain't tell him nothing. And Candy and Marcus kind of giving each other that googly eye look. And let me tell you, I wouldn't be surprised they already smashing, but I digress. Moochie, pick up on it.
Question I wanted to ask: wasn't he married last season?
I've never seen any wife. I thought we saw Jim and Mother. Did we see? I don't recall seeing them, but we might have. I didn't see him
because it's like they made him a single father.
Okay, yeah. Well, I tell you what, Candy Coated Nights got her eyes on him, Moochie, and you get first cracks at it.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the game plan, but I'm not gonna go there. I'll go there later. Okay. With this, I feel like he made himself a marked man with that statement.
Of course he did.
He put the bullseye on his back.
Of course he did. But you know
Candy
what?
is so Candy. Well, she's basically. Well, I don't want to say Candy. Her name, Roz. She's so pissed off at the statement that at him saying the defund the police thing, and so is Gemma's dad, because now you done took the campaign where they wasn't even trying to go. This was not on the agenda. So it's just like you already said you wasn't gonna go left. You even went left some more. So now we on this road.
Okay. I mean, well, hell, Trump did it. Trump went right, and where'd that get him? He ain't in jail. He's somewhere drinking a Diet Coke.
And he ain't black either.
Yeah, good point. Nita.
Those things, he want all the smoke.
He wanted. He wanted to inhale it.
Right. And yeah, Candy and the other guy, Gemma's father, they do seem like they have a little bit of chemistry going on. Well, I know their thoughts and their ideas about his agenda is in alignment, but yeah, I can see something going down between them, actually.
Big Larry, finish this cake off. Put some icing on top of it.
Yeah, I like this. I like that he just said, bump it. I'm going out there and I'm getting it done. I mean, he hasn't played by the rules ever. I mean, his whole coming of age was because he was this big gang leader on the streets that went and became a businessman and then became a politician. I mean, he's never played by the rules, so why should he start now? He wants to get something done. Go get it done. You have all these people. You have his advisors, his wife, everybody else around him telling him you can't do that. He's like, but I can, because I won. Just like what he told Marcus when he was like, you can't do this. This is what the campaign's about. This was the campaign wasn't what the campaign was about. He said, I can. He said they made their choice. You know, they made their choice. They chose me. Now I'm going to do what I want to do because this is what needs to get done. They made their choice, and this is what they wanted. They wanted me. When you vote for a politician, you can vote for policies all you want, but ultimately you're voting for the person. You trust and believe that person is going to do the things that you want done. And so, like he said, they made their choice. They chose me. And so he's going out there to do it. I do agree with the ladies. There's some chemistry between Rosalind and Marcus. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if those two if they're not already smashing, if they start up. And I honestly, I don't think Duda's really going to care, because he's going to be thinking about Tracy,
Right.
And he only really brought back Rosalind because he was planning on running for office. He just needed her as basically as the wife prop.
And that's the problem, Larry. The problem is, I think Rosalind, who's just out for herself too, is going to be the one to kick him in the ass. I think her and Mark is going to team up, and they might be part of this killing that's going to happen to Duda.
I was going to say that too.
He getting his ass out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can already tell, you can already see Marcus got a problem with it. Because what he just did, all the people that give funds to Marcus that are Anglo-Saxon, that either are on the fence or, maybe varied, maybe kind of right-leaning lefties, they ain't feeling this. You done came out. You didn't say how we going to defund the police. You just said we're going to defund them. You didn't say we're going to allocate money to psych services. You just said defund them, and bruh. True.
And they did ask him in the press conference, and he said we don't have all the details yet. We're going to figure it out. So
yeah, you got to have.
I understood. He said that he needed to be bold. He needed to make a bold statement to let people know I'm putting the police department on notice. I am going to make some serious changes. It's not going to be these little soft incremental changes where we say, okay, well, no, you can't have your little big, your little federal, hand-me-down tank. We're not going to pay for that. He's saying there's going to be large systematic changes within the police department and policing in Chicago. And they're going to have to work the details out. Statement's been made now, so now they have to follow through with it.
Marcus ain't having none of it. His donors don't even want to
down with it, or he's going to have to get out that position.
Oh no, they're going to get somebody out the position, Larry.
He's going to get out because he's not watching to their tune.
Yeah, they're going to get somebody out the position. All right, you watch. Well, she's already shown it to us.
She already said you don't want to get yourself killed out there.
Mm-hmm. And
that was kind of a subliminal warning.
And did you see the way he turned around and said, "Is that a threat?"
Mm-hmm.
So. All right, here we go. It's about to pick up steam now. Nita, this one's on you. So here we go. The whole scene where they smashing and she stops and then she wants to know what's wrong. He turns his back and says, I cheated on you, but don't give no damn details. Come on, Emmett. And that's not absorbing her or what her ass is going to do later on, but come on, Emmett. Nita, speak on it.
Oh, my goodness. I was so disappointed in Emmett. See, this is my thing. I think there should have been full disclosure before they walked down the aisle. I think he was just going to have to eat that because I don't know. I don't feel like he gave her a choice to move forward with him or not. We're married now, and then now I have to have all this obligation to care for, the conversation that we're having when I could have said, no, I'm not going to marry you in the first place. He did not give any context. He should have said it was before we got married. It was way before. It didn't mean nothing. It was only one time. He just dropped the ball totally. Like he should have just ate it and just not said nothing, or he should have said it a long time ago, or he should have just gave all the context that he could to support it in the best way possible.
Okay. Larry.
Could he have handled this situation better? Probably, maybe, but the reality of it is there wasn't really a place for him to handle it better because as he kept, he was having trouble trying to get his thoughts and his feelings and his words together so that he can say it. But every time he was trying to get in that space, she kept on as she does with her stank ass attitude, she just kept hitting him. Nigga, what's wrong with you? Why are you like this? What's going on? Ever since this, we've been getting in, and he would try and talk to her, and she would just keep cutting him off. What's wrong with you? Since we got married, you've been acting weird. Do you have regrets? And he kept trying to talk to her, and she kept on just with her craziness. So finally, the only thing he could do is just blurt it out. This is one of those things where you have to give people space to talk. You have to create a space where people can actually have conversations. Otherwise, you either the people shut down and they don't say anything, or they just blurt shit out and then it becomes just hurtful. And I don't think he had any intentions in hurting her in that moment, but he was trying to get it out, and she wasn't giving him any space to explain what was going on.
Okay, Moochie.
I disagree. I feel like he blurted it out. I understand, because look at how crazy he acting while they boning. Like, what's going on? You talking to people that ain't here. So with that, I know you saying she got a stink attitude, but it's like, she's like, well, what's going on? Is it me? Or, you're not telling me why are you feeling this way? What is going on inside your head? And the way he blurted it out, he didn't even break it down. To me, it was just like, I F Don, I love you.
Yeah, but at the same time, when he said that, she just ran out the room. Most women would have been like, I know how y'all women are. Y'all can get like the damn FBI when y'all want to investigate shit. She would have wanted details, how long it's been going on, when did it end, when did it start. She didn't do none of that. And that leads to you to believe.
It's happened so many times that it's
okay,
like,
I was going to say that. But
I'm listening.
She still married him. So yes, it's happened so many times, and this is something I was going to say about Nita's comment. She knew what she was. I'm not saying it's right, but she knew what she was getting from him because he's done this so many times. And now that he's actually done it and he wants to come clean, he's trying to put a better step forward. She just ran out the house. She didn't even sit there and be like, okay, what's going on? When did it happen? Blah. It's just bam. She ran straight to Corey's house because she wanted them draws. Pew.
So you put your track shoes on.
Damn.
But she look.
Okay. I'm playing.
See, I've been trying to keep them off the whole episode. You didn't put them all on. Just ran
I'm do
it. Boy.
No, sir.
You want a boot heel in it?
No, sir.
Flash that bad look at me again. I'll give you a reason not to like me. Now move, nigga.
Yeah, I play it for myself. But yep. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to one. This is Larry's turn now, and Larry, you're gonna like this one. Oh, because we all know what's gonna happen with this. So now they throwing a party for Jason Weaver's character. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. And he's there trying to turn the party up. He's trying to get hype. He's trying to do all those things. But one thing that he done that annoyed the shit out of me, and even as an actor, his betrayal being so annoying to Imani had to get on their nerves in real time. He's all up in her face. He's all ooh this, ooh that. And here's the bad thing. Trigg didn't even tell Imani that he's staying. You never do that. Yeah. I don't care if you live. I don't care if you're not married. If you are two consenting adults that decide to share a space together, you always owe an obligation to let your other person know what's going on in the house. I don't give a damn if you high school male classmates. You don't just be bringing somebody up in there that's going to be staying, sucking down air without telling them prior to that. So Larry, break this situation down as we wait for Nita to get back.
Yeah, I have to say, this is when I watched this, I was just thinking to myself, this is just a classic example of making really bad decisions. I mean, when he went and picked up his mans and them from jail, and he was about to be, and he told him, no, you're not driving, you can't drive without a license, yada yada yada. But right before he was getting in the car, he threw him a big ass wad of money. Did you see the size of that wad?
I saw it.
It was thick.
It was a couple of grand. I said it was a couple of grand.
Yeah, so we know that Trigg and Imani are working for Duda, and they're making plenty of money doing their thing. What I don't understand is why did you not just take that money and go get this guy an apartment? Even if it's in your name, go get this dude an apartment. And when you go have this party, have the party at his apartment, and then you just simply hand him the keys and say, you can tell them all to go when you're ready because this is your new spot. and then be out. And that dude would have been so happy to think, oh, damn, he didn't put me up on my couch, on his couch or whatever. This dude actually hooked me up with a place to live. He gave me my own spot. And you don't have to worry about him in your space because, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's going to be a problem with Imani because, you know, dude's got some issues. But do you really want him in that house with Jake? I mean, that would be my biggest. I mean, Imani, I wouldn't be worried about Imani. Imani's a fucking gangster.
Yeah, she's tough.
She will kill that dude. But do you want him in the house with Jake?
Right.
Okay. All right, Moochie. Now before I let you have it, Moochie, let me say this because people are saying it in the comment section. I was wondering too. Do you think he has an idea Imani is trans and the type of
That's why I think it's gonna go left.
Yeah, the type of things he might try to say to, you know, get in Trig's head, get in Imani's head, those type things. What do you think, Mooch?
I think it's gonna go left. I think he's gonna try her. He already hugged her. It's like, and then the first thing he said when he got out, he wants the way he described the way she looks.
Yeah.
And
so wait a minute.
Like,
do you think that he might try to like rape her or something?
Look, we don't know how long he was locked up, but yeah, I could see that happening. I could see he could try her. He might try her, and it's gonna go left.
Hey, Imani tough now.
I didn't say she gonna bear the brunt of it. He might. Look,
Nita, go ahead, Nita.
she might bust a cap in his ass.
Another body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She don't play. But yeah, I don't know. We don't know what's working and what's going on down there. So I don't know. It could be a thing where he tries it and then he figures out that is what's going on. I just like Larry said that he just thinks it's gonna be a bad influence on Jake. Like, don't have him around Jake. You know, we just don't need that energy because he has like a dark energy to me. Like, I don't like him. I'm not here for him. But yeah, he will try Imani. That's where Trig actually checked him hard.
Yep.
He checked him with he said it with his chest when he was talking about Imani. But all the other stuff, he kind of let it slide or whatever.
Okay, I'm with that. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 145 in the building. Can we get 145 likes? Can we get 145 people subscribing to everybody's channel? All you gotta do is check my video description or go to my related channels. Everybody's in there. The next one comes to you, my friend Moochie. Now, this is the damn high school reunion where everybody getting dressed up when you really weren't supposed to. Now, this was a very telling scene. Me and Larry foretold this last week. So the masseuse is in here with Jada, and you mean
the prostitute?
He's the masseuse. He's looking the other way. And the reason why he's looking the other way is because this lady knows him. Now, prior to this, Jada had said that this same chick tried to steal Emmett's daddy from her. And the masseuse going to have the nerve to come out his mouth and say, well, you should have let him take him. Well, knowing all the time, bro, you've been giving her happy endings. And this is when Jada grilled him about how many happy endings is you giving. Moochie, it's all yours.
Well, that girl, her rival, is a snob. She's a snob, but he was exposed.
Snobs need love too.
He was exposed for giving out happy endings to. I don't know if she was the only other person in that room, but she was like, "Really, too?" And he said, "I'm not doing it no more."
Her rival at that, Mooch, is her rival.
Exactly.
Right.
Was she like, really now? And he was like, he want to give that I'm a changed man speech. Everything changed when I met you.
Yeah, it did. It did. You know, she had the best one. She had the best happy endings out of all of them. Go ahead, Nita. Jump on in there.
I put in the comments that Jada got involved with Community P.
Ooh. But see, what? Wait a minute. This is a career. So you mean to tell me that you wouldn't want Jada dating a porn star? Is that's where we're going with this? That's what you're gonna say?
Oh, porn star.
Yeah.
Wow, that's different.
They make good money.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I don't want no used car.
That what he's advertising? Because if not, morally that is wrong. Is that the guise of his advertising that he gives happy endings?
It's not what he's advertising, but it has happened.
It has happened. Yeah, it's happened.
I don't know. That don't sound right to me. Sound
Okay.
like me.
Larry, finish off Mr. Masseuse.
I mean, there is an old adage that people have said for a long, long time, and it still holds true, and that is don't try and turn a hoe into a housewife.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's basically what she's doing. She's upset. She's up there getting in her feelings, and now she's getting smacked in the face with the fact that dude is a prostitute, and he has clients out there that you're gonna likely run into.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's what you deal with if you're gonna turn a hoe into a housewife.
Okay. All right, Nita, coming to you, and this is the one. Finally, this is the one I've been running on all day. Your girl in a fit of rage. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care if you should never do this as something that's supposed to be vengeful or vengeance, because you're hurting yourself, honestly, whether you're in a committed relationship or a marriage, whatever. It's even worse when you're in a marriage. She done gone over here to Cornball's house. That's what I'm going to call him, Cornball. And who the hell cut his hair? But I'm going to leave that alone.
No,
she done gone to his house. She done gone to his house in her fit of rage, but she wanted to do this anyway. But Nita, I'm going to just go and give it to you. Speak on this situation of her trying to do whatever she thinks she's doing to get back.
Hey, two wrongs don't make a right.
Nope.
It is unfortunate that she did that. But like you said, at the same time, she knew what she was getting with Emmett. I really do applaud him for trying to change and trying to grow up and mature. And it's just taking him some time to get there. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to be sitting around being a good little wife and you out here fucking around. And then you think I'm supposed to be just sitting back being a good wife and not doing.
Nita, wait a minute. This happened before they got married.
Yeah, but he didn't say that. She hit the ground running, thinking like this been going on.
Well, I mean, like me and Larry said, that further adds to other issues that they have, that she didn't even want to sit there and communicate what was going on. So,
like, you know what? You got yours, now I'm gonna get mine.
Yeah, that's
what was in her head when she left.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's right, but that was in her head.
Larry, take the wheel.
Yeah, when I saw this, I thought to myself, man, fuck Tiff. And I'll tell you why. Because Emmett may have done a lot of dirty shit throughout his days, but Emmett never tried to hurt somebody. Emmett, she went right to his place because she knew how Emmett felt about that situation and her having to go over there and deal with this dude. She knew that was going to hurt him. She didn't go over there because necessarily she wanted to sleep with that dude. She went over there because she wanted to hurt Emmett. And that to me is worse than that's worse. I mean, it's one thing that she slept with him, but the fact that she was trying to intentionally inflict pain on him is worse to me than the actual act of cheating on him. And for me, if I'm Emmett, that's what I don't come back from. I'm like, I would get it if you were out and you were out hanging with your girls and you were drinking, or maybe you just got caught up. Maybe you work in an office with someone every day and you got caught in a situation. Maybe you can work through that in your mind and see how you get from point A to point B. But that was her intentionally trying to hurt Emmett, and I can't get with that. So, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm happy that she has given him an out, because you know what Emmett hasn't done. He hasn't cheated on his wife. And so she just did. She's still in this mindset of, oh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and thinking you can just go run around and cheat with whoever you want. But what she did was actually commit adultery, and she just gave Emmett an out of that marriage. And I hope he takes it and goes and gets with Keisha.
Now, here's the question I got for you, Mooch. Do you think Tiff would be? How do you think Tiff is going to feel if and when Emmett gets with Keisha, if that happens? And then drop your thoughts on this scene.
Hold on. Before you do, can I just address something? Somebody, I think it was Angelique Green, said, how is cheating never intentional? It's not about cheating being intentional or not intentional. It's about the motivations behind it. There are some people, there are guys that just want to have sex. So they may go out to a bachelor party or a strip club or meet an old girlfriend and have sex. And they're not doing that to hurt their girlfriend or their wife or whatever. They're just doing it because they just want to have sex and feel good. It's a different story when someone goes out there to intentionally inflict pain on you. That is the difference. So it's not that the act is intentional or not intentional. It's what's behind that act. And what she did was done to hurt Emmett. And that shit is not cool.
Okay. Mooch.
I don't know how that's gonna go because they had a friendship now. So like if they get together, is she gonna be? I don't know. It's, to me, I know you said it last week when you said that Keisha will be will be able to heal certain relationships on here.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking she was gonna probably try to get men there, help them fix their relationship after this. So I didn't think that it was gonna go like that. But now that I'm seeing how he blurted everything out, because I thought it was gonna be told in a different fashion. Now, if this happens, I don't know I don't think they'll have a relationship. How can they? It's gonna be kind of weird.
I can see it. I mean, they both.
I mean, it might. If you give it some time, it might, because it's not like he was messing with her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as far as with I want to see what type of confrontation her and Dom gonna have.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
That's gonna look crazy.
That's what I've been waiting to hear too, because you can't have all this pain and resentment toward Emmett and not have some pain and resentment toward Dom too. And I want to see.
You smiled in my face.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So we'll see. Let's see here, Larry. This one's for you, my brother. So Kev got kicked out of the college tour because he's drunk, and Jim was up there talking all loud. Are you drunk? Blah blah blah. Kev gets home because Keisha, the loving sister, came and got him and gives him another damn speech. Break down the dynamic and how you felt about Keisha to the rescue again for Kevin.
Yeah, I feel like it's sort of a shame, but it's like Keisha is doing more parenting with her little brother than his parents are. Mm-hmm. You know, yeah. She's really trying to talk to him in a way that might actually reach him, and his mother should be doing that, or should be trying to get him. She should be trying to put him in touch with someone who can do that. But I'm glad that Keisha's there for him, and I'm glad that they can be there for each other. It's just, Kevin's going through a lot. It has to be tough to watch your little brother going through all of this and watch him up there sick, throwing up on the toilet, because he's self-medicating. It has to be tough to watch that. And, they're both going through a lot. And I'm glad that they have each other, It's a shame that they have to have each other that they have to have those moments where they need each other, but I'm glad that they have each other.
Gotcha. All right, Moochie, I'm gonna come to you. And by the way, we've got 151 people in the building. Can we get 151 of y'all when we talk about real estate, Black conscious issues, stocks. Can we get y'all same crew to come back and visit with us on Wednesday nights when we do those type of things? Be sure to like the video, subscribe, super chat, and if you can't super chat, share us. If each and every one of you guys share this video with one person, that'll be a reach of 300 people, and we could use that. Moochie,
I
talk
feel like
about
we need
Keisha.
to have a show where we just mansplain stuff and tell the women folk, explain to the women folk how the world works.
Women folk.
You know what, Larry? Someone. This is something I thought about doing, Larry. I get people send me comments all the time asking about this, that, in their relationship because I've been married now going on almost a decade, and we've been together for about 13 years. And they'll ask me like little, how you feel about blah, blah, blah. And I said, maybe I'll put that on the show, talk to Larry about, almost like a strawberry letter, Larry. So comment below if you want me and Larry to do the strawberry letter. Larry's been married way longer than me, and I'm a decade in the game. So leave us a comment. All right, Mooch, talk about Keisha basically telling Kevin she wanted to go to college. Don't squander this opportunity. Get your shit together, and I ain't going to tell your mama.
I'm glad that she broke it down to him in that way. I'm supposed to be in school, and I'm stuck here. I was trying to get out of here, but I'm stuck here. I feel like the mother is just enjoying her married life and not really paying attention to this boy. And I mean, not like she's not, they not focusing on this kid. And I don't know if this is the right thing that Keisha's keeping this from her mother. Because this is how she went, her thing went left.
That's true. That's true.
But I'm keeping secrets.
But at the end of the day, I'm not defending it, but Keisha might be looking at the mama like, well, what have you done for Kevin to this point? I mean, what are you going to do? How are you going to help Kevin if I tell you he did this? But I mean, I get what you're saying. I feel you.
I'm not saying she should, right. But it's just like
Mooch, you're right. The mom is too busy just living her life. She's too busy out there as a newlywed, running around trying to find, coolie high outfits to go to reunions with instead of paying attention to her son.
Well, I guess technically they wasn't supposed to be home anyway. But to me, she should have gave him a speech before he went off to this thing. She didn't even really talk to him. Okay, you got this college thing you going to, and have a good time.
Okay. Nita, and by the way, Larry, people are saying they want us to do the strawberry letters folks send to me. So, I might have to go through my comments and
look,
find.
You're going to have a female opinion on here, so you're going to need the other Avengers at the bottom of the screen.
Oh yeah, we'll bring one of y'all. We'll bring one of y'all. We'll bring one of y'all.
We'll let you come in there and say what you have to say, and then we'll go ahead and correct you. We'll go ahead and let you. We'll break down how the world works for you, so that you understand. We try and help women that way, and let you guys know what's what.
We try.
We don't want you out in the streets looking crazy.
Exactly, and don't make us pull the "we married" card. Don't make us, and then don't make us pull "we married to powerful black women" card either. Don't make us pull those cards because it ain't shit y'all can tell us. We married to powerful black women.
I was married, but it is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, Nita, speak on this situation with Keisha and Kel.
I like their relationship because I think Keisha can get to him on a different level because she knows kind of where he's coming from. Like she can speak their language because they are closer in age and there's a different level of trust there. Now, I don't know, Nina doesn't seem like she has done anything to kind of have this wall that Kevin has where he's always blocking her. Like he never opens up to her. So I'm just glad that Keisha has it in her mind to be able to tell him the truth, keep it real with him, and break it down I think she breaks it down on a level that he can understand and make sense to him. So I liked everything she said, and she's telling no lies. And Keisha, don't have that baby girl because they don't see babies. They grow up to act like that.
But here's the thing, Nita. I understand that Kev's not really opening up to his mom, but kids mimic the behavior of their parents, and she's not opening up in return because Kev has been saying stuff that's sort of crying out for help, like when he's getting upset because there's no Cheetos in the house, and they say, well, Keisha ate them. Well, damn, she eats everything, and they're saying, well, she's eating for two, but they're not addressing the real issue in there where they're talking to her and explaining to him, like, I mean, I thought it was great that they took him with her to go. They took him with them to go to see the ultrasound, but it's like they need to talk to him more about this, about what's happening, not just with the pregnancy, but what this is going to mean for Keisha and why she's feeling the way she's feeling. There's so much going on in that household that a young man is just simply not knowledgeable. He doesn't simply have the experience to understand, and they're not doing him any service by keeping it from him. They should be explaining everything to him so that he can fully understand what's going on in his own life.
Nita, this is for you. This is the masseuse, and obviously he knows how to inspect every inch of a woman's body. He's in here feeling all up on Jada and finds that Jada has a lump in her breast, and she says that, she goes and get this thing checked out every year. But because he so loves her, because his happy ending with her ended so well, it made him shut down all other happy endings. He's telling her he cares so much she need to go get it checked out. She goes to get it checked out, comes out, she's got an aggressive form of cancer, and she was in there crying like she was having an orgasm cry. Nita, what does this mean for Jada's character, but what does it mean for old masseuse guy?
I was really, really heartbroken about Jada. I'm sorry, y'all. I heard that I had some audio issues. So I was heartbroken about it because when she said, the thing is that she said she's been knowing about that lump for years. Did y'all hear her say that?
Yeah, she said
she goes to get it checked every year, she said.
Right. She said she get it checked every year.
And if they missed that and now she has like full-blown cancer, is that like a lawsuit or something?
No, because within a 12-month period, cancer can just take off. Take off just like that. Yeah. Ask me, I know because my grandma got it. It can just in a year just boom. Yeah. And my mama had stomach cancer, and in 6 months it went from being in the top of her esophagus all the way down in her gut in 6 months. So cancer, once it starts, it can just take off.
Yeah, I feel really bad for her. I think they did a really good job when the doctor gave her the information. As soon as you heard the word cancer, how the sound just kind of went out. And
she was zoning out because you do be hearing stuff like that when you go through stuff.
Right. I thought they did an excellent attention to detail with that, because that's exactly what the women or people experience when they get the horrible news. You just don't hear anything else, processing and stuff like that. I felt really bad for her.
Okay. Larry.
Straight black woman. Of course she's gonna get killed.
Wow. Here you go.
I mean, that's what it is. She's a straight black woman who's looking like she's finding some happiness in a straight relationship. Right? So of course she's gonna get killed off.
Wow, even though you calling him Mr. Happy Endings and all that,
yeah, but she's finding some level of happiness, and Lena Waithe can't allow that, so she's gonna kill her off. Damn. Or maybe she's gonna maim her or something. She's gonna do something. She's gonna destroy that relationship or destroy this character because that's what she does.
Okay, Moochie, and might I add, Jada's in good shape. It don't look like it on the show. And I don't know if they had a stunt dummy, but Jada was in great shape in this scene right here.
Yeah, she had a couple sex scenes where you actually saw her body. She got a little nice body.
Yeah, I'm like, Jada, okay, Jada, you be hitting the gym a little bit. Eating lettuce sandwiches. Okay, Jada.
With this scene, he was very concerned. I like the way he was concerned about it. Because she was just like, oh, that's been there. She said, would you feel better if I go check it out? And he said, yes. And I like the way that was. Mm-hmm. I just felt bad about this whole thing because just when she's starting to enjoy her life, she don't have Emmett there with her. She finally found somebody that's making her happy. Where it's, I mean, he's making her happy, and I think I'm hoping he stays around once she goes back with the and tells him the diagnosis.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure she's got an insurance policy, and why the hell would he run away now?
You know what?
I mean, it is what it is, man. When you find love, you stick with it.
Get that.
I mean, hey, you call me whatever, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. So I just hope he can give her. He's already given her comfort. I don't know what more comfort he's going to be able to provide this woman, because this is going to be a time she's going to need all whatever comforts and pleasures she can get, because it's going to be rough right here. And we're finally to the last segment, and Moochie, it starts with you. This was in the hospital, and we all know Kevin, he hasn't been feeling this baby. He wants Keisha to get rid of the baby. But I swear to y'all, in this moment, it looks to me like Kevin had a change of heart. He went to the side of the bed of Keisha and was rubbing her leg. And I even feel like Keisha's having a change of heart. And might I add, the weight that they wanted Keisha to put on to propel this looking like she's pregnant, it fits her just right. And Moochie, give me what you thought about this very last scene in this episode of The Chi.
It's you could see that her attitude was changing when she wanted to know the baby's sex, but she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And when her tears were streaming down her face, I just was like, oh, she's getting attached to this baby. She wants this baby. Mm-hmm. And she's not. I think she's gonna have this baby. I think she's gonna keep the baby.
Okay.
Unless the lady comes back, but I don't know. I hope this makes Kevin turn himself around. Once he heard the baby's heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That made him have a change of heart.
Right. He's gonna be
and
I
hope she got through to him with that conversation she had.
Right. These two have always had each other's back. And you just hope that they can find a way to get through to this one too. So Nita, it's on you.
Yeah, I actually think that the family is really coming into terms of keeping that baby. Even Nina and her partner, they had a warm moment between them. Keisha had these moments. She's trying to detach from the baby, but you really can't. When a baby is inside of you, it's like you're its lifeline. Like you can't help but to feel something for the baby. I don't know if when I did my review for The Chi, episode 1, I said that the lady was going to come back. I think we hadn't seen the last of the lady.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I was saying that, but I don't know. Everybody looks like they're actually getting attached, and it was sweet. It was sweet. It's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because you got the other side where that man produced that child, in her. So you got to think about that too. That's a big emotional weight. How you're going to look at the baby, how you feel about the baby. Maybe she just need to take a little bit of time and see. And if she feels like she has some kind of resentment for the baby, then she can try to maybe give the baby up or something. But I don't know. It's 50-50 for me.
Okay. And by the way, for those of you that want to know the sex of the baby, if you take a good look at the left-hand part of the screen and look down and see that little white thingy right there, that's the baby's penis. This is a boy. She's having a boy. Larry, take it away, my brother. You get the last word on this.
Yeah, I think it was sort of just a obvious thing that she was going to keep the baby from the very beginning. The moment they said she was pregnant, it was sort of like the only reason why they would introduce a pregnancy into the storyline is if she was going to keep it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it just wouldn't make any sense. I mean, I don't think they would have introduced the baby pregnancy in the storyline just so that she can get an abortion. And So I mean, they're creating drama. That's what they do. That's what the show does. And so we have to figure that's what they were doing. To me, I thought one of the most important things in this scene was how the writer really exposed how truly innocent Kevin is. He was in there and he's listening. He's like, "What is that?" And Keisha was like, "That's the baby's heartbeat." And I mean, I know we all think, oh, he runs the streets and he smokes weed and he drinks drinks, but he's a little kid. He doesn't even know what a heartbeat sounds like for a baby. He's wholly inexperienced in his life. And I think they showed just how childlike and innocent he was in that moment. And I think that it was nice that he's there with his sister. And I fully expect that she was going to have the kid. I just figured that was, to me, it was just sort of a non-starter. But to me, it's sort of what's going to happen after. Is she gonna live in the house with them, or is she going to get with Emmett and they're gonna have their family now, or what's what, you know?
Okay.
They said she had a baby in real life. Somebody said it in the comments.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm outed. Oh damn. Well.
Well, you had a baby in real life too.
I did, but we know that her baby can't be mine because I only spit out girls. That's all I spit out. I keep this temperature on a degree where my stuff
sounds like you belong on Maury.
Hey, look, I'm here to tell y'all.
I only can make girls.
That's all I make. She on the show is having a boy. There's the penis right there in the middle. You see the little hands, then just go to the left and drop down. That little white blip is the penis. You heard it here first. I don't know what information y'all get from other YouTube channels on TV shows, but y'all know y'all get the best from this show right here. And be sure to subscribe to everybody's channel. This same crew will be back tomorrow, believe it or not, to review Run the World episode 3. And me and Larry will be in full trash the show mode because the show went left last week. We didn't intend to trash the show or trash the individuals on the show. We got one girl left who we haven't said nothing bad about because she's still doing the right thing other than having the stank eye. But other than that, we'll be here tomorrow and Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for me to go. I'm a little late. Till that next Sexy as Hell video, we'll see you tomorrow and Wednesday, and subscribe.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Later.